I hate being late, so here we are. I don't know if Shay's still here, but yes, he's right. Hit the like, guys. I appreciate it. Now flip around. I'll show you guys a bunch of stuff here. And we already got the trains going. You can already hear that. So, kind of wait for some more people here, and then I kind of really start going into some, more of the big things. Kind of the more topic of this live, because got a lot of electric wire here. Got a lot of it in place, which I kind of excited to show you guys, and then kind of get some news. Not great news, but news. So I'm gonna break that here too on this live. Kind of a nice day out. Not quite as hot as it was yesterday. We got a nice sunny day. JFA, how you doing, buddy? I think we have guys, people are joining here slowly. I'm a couple minutes early, so. Patrick is in the house. How you doing, Patrick? Yes, offshore mining. What's up? Look like you're rolling right along. Wire's exciting. I'm waiting on power company to energize my temp location till the container arrives. Nice. Yeah, we got, and that's kind of the big subject of today is we got the wire got delivered yesterday. And so I just recorded a video, which I'll post tomorrow, but I'm going to talk about everything I talked about in that video. We got more, the wire did more than just show up. So I'll show that here. I'll wait like 5 minutes and I'll flip around and start showing everything that we did yesterday. We had a pretty busy day yesterday. Not too bad, JFA. Kind of nice day. I'm hurting a little bit. I'm just a lot going on here. So not feeling the greatest today, but feeling pretty good overall. Why are we here? Smokey Dan. I've not heard that one before. Yeah. So Bitcoin's it's a little over 69,000. I saw the fees and the rewards are pretty much the same as what they have been as of this morning. So in that world, it's still going okay. Honestly, I think it's not quite as good as I was hoping after the halving, but the hash rate really hasn't dropped. It was kind of weird. The hash rate dropped like 10%, like a week or two after the halving, and then a week ago, it skyrocketed to the highest, to its all-time high, 7-day all-time high, and then just now it's 11% down from that all-time high. And it wasn't like the fees went up or down or anything either. So it's a little weird. I'm not sure exactly why it's happening. But yeah, we actually hit an all-time high hash rate after the halving, a month after. But then like today, it's like 11 or 12% down at the 7-day average. It's a little weird. So, which is at 70K right now USD. Good. Yeah, I saw 69 change this morning. So, anything in that range is fine, as long as it doesn't drop to 60. That's a big drop in profitability mining. But if it stays at 70, or obviously if it goes up, it's better. But if it's any in that range, it's fine. I don't know what that's a reference to, Smokey Dan. Smokey's I think been smoking, drinking, a little crazy this morning. Offshore. So how much power are you getting? You should have a container coming. What kind of container? Are you building one like mine? You buying a pre-built? You get a megawatt, half megawatt, 5 megawatts? Where are you at? I know you've mentioned it. I think we have talked about it. I don't remember off the top of my head. Smoking always. Yeah. Yep, Smokey Dan. Yeah, I got something pretty cool here right in front of me. I'll wait. I'll give it 3 more minutes and I'll flip around. We can talk about it. Otherwise, ASIC prices are good, still low. I actually had a big pool reach out to me today about some kind of partnership, collab, seeing what that's going to be. They reached out to me in the middle of the night. I responded this morning, then I haven't heard anything back, so we'll kind of see. Offshore, I have a 40-foot high roof right now, tapping in 400 amps. We'll tap into second 400 amps in a couple months. I am mainly GPU based. So, and I was actually kind of explaining that to my business partner, he's not completely in the mining world. That sounds about perfect, because so my container's a 45-footer. Don't get a 45-footer because they cut off one end and add a little bit. It sucks. But yeah, 40-foot, 800 amps. I'm guessing 240. Let me grab this. The wind's picking up. Yeah, that'd be about perfect size. 800 amps when it's all said and done. You maybe you can't fit the entire everything. You can't fill up the entire container, but you can get pretty close. Then you can do some different things with the cooling and that kind of stuff. So that's actually probably a pretty good bet. Is it on your own personal property or you're renting property? Is that something you're just gonna run your own stuff, or are you gonna host? Like, how are you doing that? Oh my God, it's Red Panda. Okay, you won't be in the host. I won't be in hosting again. It's all my own equipment. That's a lot of equipment, dude. Panda needs that. Panda could fill that up for you. If he had a 40-foot container, he could fill it up all himself, just with the GPUs on the ground. He doesn't even have to. The ones that are already put together and stuff, he doesn't even have to use those. He's use the ones that sit on the ground. Panda, no, power's not on yet, but I'll go into it here. Wild Panda has joined the chat. Okay, 10-foot office. Yeah, so 30-foot, that's about perfect. That's like perfect. Yeah, you could probably, I haven't actually done the numbers on that, but that's probably about right. You can fill that whole thing up pretty tight, 30-foot with 800 amps. Yeah, you probably end up seeing that you don't need the full 10-foot. Yeah, you need a workbench. Yeah, you need a computer bench. But you don't need much more than that. Yeah, but that's perfect. Good morning, Sadie. Sometimes. Who else did I miss? Shay's back. How you doing? Okay, so let me flip around here. We'll talk about the big stuff that we did. So everyone saw my picture on Twitter or on YouTube of all that wire got delivered, and so I had it sitting outside the container. And all those. If you guys know better, that wire, just a roll of that is 50-60 pounds just for one 50-foot cable. And then each let me flip this around here. So then each conduit has 5 wires to it, so there's 30 wires. Okay, each of them are 50 pounds. Do the math, it's like 1,500 pounds. But we actually pulled the wire yesterday, so all of this is ready. It's all right through the conduit, and we actually have it hidden over there. We actually put garbage on top of it, but the wire is sticking out the other side of that box at the end of the conduit, and so we kind of hid it. So tonight we're gonna plug into the switch panel. We're actually having the power company come shut off the transformer because we have like 6 inches of clearance between where we need to put some wires and some what would be live stuff, because we have to get into that left switch panel where the big main breaker is. And so we're actually going to shut off the transformer tonight, get in there, and then turn everything back on. Before, we thought we just had to get in the right switch panel so we could actually shut off the main breaker, work on the right panel, and then be done. But we actually need the power company to come out and turn off the transformer just to be safe. Excuse me. Excuse me, allergies. So that is tonight. We're going to meet back here at 5 o'clock tonight. We're going to work until it's done. I don't know exactly what I'm going to get to do because I'm not the electrician, but I'll be here, either carrying stuff or running back and forth between the truck. I'll just do whatever I can to help. So yeah, we actually pulled this last night. I left it 4-ish, and we had pulled 5 of the 6. So they finished up. And so the idea is, power comes through here, connection to these lugs, and then from here it goes off into the PDU. So we have wire coming up through here. We'll have 13 wires coming up through here to then go into the PDUs. Now that wire for the PDUs is sitting back here. So that is this stuff right here. So this got delivered as well. So now we have everything we need right here to get everything powered up. So yeah, it was a big day. We got a lot of big stuff was done. So tonight we're gonna get that turned on. We're not gonna actually have power onto it, but we want to get the switch panel hooked up, because then we don't have to worry about the building anymore, because we turn the building off tonight, get everything plugged in, then turn off all the breakers so we can still work on stuff out here, so we don't have to worry about the building. We don't have to shut them off a second time. So that's our plan. We're gonna do that tonight. And that's kind of exciting. It's a big step, kind of get that done. And then at least we get this situated and start working on the PDUs. So that's kind of what everyone's kind of excited for. That's kind of a big step. So let me catch up on chat here. Offshore, I almost have 30 kilowatts of solar that's getting tapped in as well. Nice. My business partner, he's done a lot of big solar projects, and it's something we've talked about. It's you need a lot of space, which is sometimes a negative. But the good thing about running this with solar, every ounce of electricity you produce is getting used instantly. So that's always a big plus. Where sometimes you make solar, you end up wasting it or selling it back at a way cheaper rate, where you're not making anything off of it. Mining, at least, every ounce of electricity you make, you get to use. So that's always a big plus. His numbers are, it's somewhere in like the 7-8 range. If you're cheaper than that, it's not worth it. If you're more than that, you got to have a long-term plan to where you pay off all your upfront cost. So, Joker, wrap it up. Daniel Negreanu is going live. Joker, you got your priorities straight, dude. This poker thing's getting too much for you. I picked the worst times to go live. I'm sorry, I go to live pretty much the same time as everyone else. I actually messaged Hobbyist to make sure he wasn't going to be live now. He wasn't going to go till later because he's doing his shed upgrade. And then the other days is Krypteman, so I always work around Krypteman. So if you don't like it, Joker, well, you get to pick. Do you care about us or do you care about poker? Actually, you know what? I don't think we'll like your decision on that one. So too bad. Just have to suck it up. So Patrick, we're gonna go meet Mike at the Container Deer. Who is she? Yeah, actually, to be honest, my kids, I have one kid here right now. He's hiding. He doesn't want to be on camera. He's actually hiding in the shade too, because it's a little warm out in the sun. My kids have been here a couple times. My wife actually hasn't seen this yet. So we'll have to see. I have to get her out here at some point. But usually, we're not always together. If one of us is running errands, the other one's at home, and vice versa. So it's not like we can both come check it out, and she doesn't know where it's at or what anything is. So I have to be here to show her that kind of stuff. So she hasn't seen it yet. Last night I didn't talk to anyone in voice chat. What do you mean? I joined for 5 minutes, said, "Hey guys, going to bed," and that was it. I didn't stay. I was tired, dude. We pulled wire, and then I ran some numbers on different stuff, and I got a lot of the billing and a bunch of other, houseworking, bookkeeping stuff for this container build. I got that figured out. I wanted to sleep. Plus, they were playing PUBG. I didn't want to play PUBG. I don't have it. And also, if I did download it, King would try to pan me. I didn't want to play that. So, Plus, Panda joins every night. He doesn't talk to anyone either. So why are you just yelling at me? I don't get it. I usually talk to everybody. I've been on GTA role-playing. Can't get distracted. Patrick, you need to join us. You should have played Among Us with us when we were playing Among Us like a week ago, every night for like 5 hours. You should have been playing with us. Yeah, King's always trying to pan people, and me being new, and yeah, I'm pretty good at shooter games, but there's still a learning curve there. He would have made his full effort to pan me. So I don't like that one bit. Dude, I wasn't gonna bring it up. You brought it up, dude. I don't know what you want me to say. So, okay, so I have one other. We'll stay serious here for a little bit, then we'll be crazy. we did, Patrick. It was pretty fun. The one thing we learned is if Panda's alive, don't trust him. Vote Panda. Okay, so serious. I have one little announcement. I recorded a video before I went live here, and so it'll be in that too. So, we get power going. We're gonna get plugged in. In a perfect world, by Monday we could have PDUs done. We should have internet done or pretty dang close. Like Monday, a week from now, we should have quite a bit done. And so then we turn on a week after that, like the 17th. So that was the original plan. But what's going to end up happening is the bill cycle for the container is the 8th. So it's not going to be the client's bill cycle. Client's going to be the first of every month, and just we'll make it nice and simple that way. But for the container itself, on my end, the bill cycle is the 8th. So we are going to, if we turn on the 17th, then we have a bunch of demand instantly because we're turning on a bunch of ASICs and use a bunch of power, but we're not getting the full benefit of the commercial plan because the more kilowatt hours you use, the cheaper and cheaper the rate gets. But since we're not being on a full month, we're not reaching the cheaper rates. So it's actually not worth it to us to turn on for just, a third of a month, okay? Or a little less. And then that's also, for us to make the 17th date, I mean, it's hammer. We have to hammer it pretty hard. Get a lot of stuff done. A lot of little stuff we have to wait or do it later. It's just to hit that date. There's a lot of little things that have to be done. And the sad thing is, it's not sad, but the kind of the crappy part is, I'm not very good at that kind of stuff. It's like building this or hooking that up or just doing a bunch of the handiwork. I can do it, but I'm not going to do it very good. And then my business partner who wants to do everything the right way and make sure it looks good and can last, he'll have to redo it or something like that. So it's not for him to do all that little work before the 17th is tough to do. So our plan is to turn on July 8th. Okay, so that's when the new bill cycle starts. So our plan is to start taking ASICs, on or after the 1st of July. We'll have stuff turned on. We'll have internet. We'll have electricity. So I'll do a lot of testing. Like I'll turn on my own ASICs, check PDUs, make sure internet works, make sure Foreman works, make sure all the programs that we're going to use work, and make sure that's all good. But the actual turn on for clients, we're not going to be able to do it till the 8th of July. So not what we want to do. In a perfect world, I want to turn on right now. I want to start hosting people. I would love that problem to have. That'd be a fun problem for me to have. The problem is, it's just from a business standpoint, it's not worth it. If we want to be in business a year from now, so to put ourselves in a hole by paying higher electrical than we have to day one, just to get on a couple weeks earlier, it's not worth it. And also, run ourselves into the ground trying to get everything going to make that deadline, it's not going to work. So, that's what we decided last night after running some numbers, kind of talking through. But yeah, so I wanted to announce that that's why I'm delaying a little bit more than I was hoping, than the dates I have said before. But we didn't know the bill cycle until Friday. I think it was Friday. We actually got like a bill of the building and kind of see what the bill cycle is and plans and that kind of stuff. So it was, it was, good information for us to get, and then we can make our plans. So that's where we're at. I want to be doing this for many years. So don't want to kill ourselves the first 2 months and then be done. So, and also we have different pricing for summer versus winter for electrical. And it's a good percentage difference. So one less summer month is not gonna, it's definitely a plus. So I don't know if you guys have questions on that, but yeah, that's kind of where we're at, having to make that decision, and it's a tough decision, but it's the right decision. So Shay, yeah, catch back up when you can. Sadie, sometimes, how you doing? New England Crypto, how's the little one? How's your wife doing? I know you had complications. I hope everything's going good. Yeah, gaming smoke. Yeah, it's have head reduction row before you pull the trigger. Yeah, it's not rocket science what we do here. It's you plug in, you turn on, you hook up the Foreman, and done. It's not crazy. And I know that, but it's the numbers dictate what you can and can't do, and so I haven't shared those numbers, but just let me know that's the main thing. If it's not profitable, it's not, then I can't provide you a service if we're not, it's not worth our time to be here as much as we have to be to do the service the right way to you guys. You gotta be able to make enough money in the back end to make it worth it. And that's also why we only have two investors. We're doing all the work ourselves instead of buying big expensive stuff or big, there's a right way to do it. And we like the way we're doing it, just we gotta wait a little bit. And the big thing is that this is in the winter with the lower electrical rate on our end. Heck yeah, we'd probably turn on and make a little bit, but when you turn on in the summer and you're making nothing, it's not worth it. So that's the main thing. So yeah, July 8th is our date, but it'll give us more time to, organize, get the ASICs here, get them organized. If a client needs to buy some, get that situated, get that shipped, and then we're not, we're not running. I'm not telling everyone that later this week, hey, send me stuff. We can organize it. We can actually keep an eye on stuff and less chance anything will fall through the cracks, because, I'm not trying to do 20 things here and then go home and try to do, 20 things with getting clients set up and ordered and so forth. So it'll be good for our sanity too. New England, she is home resting now. Baby is with my mother at my house, so I can get some work done at the facility. Well, good. I'm glad she's home. That's usually a good sign. So I'm glad she's doing better. Let me flip around here instead of just run in circles. But yeah, that's where we're at, guys. So. So yeah, who's sending me Caspa miners? Panda's sending me Caspa miners. Panda's all over those new Caspa miners. I don't know if you guys seen his videos or anything. That's all he's looking to buy. BC, my hosting rates can be 10 cents kilowatt hour, and it'll be one-time 50 setup fee. Doesn't matter if you're with me for a year or 3 years. So I know a lot of companies charging less less hosting rate, 7 cents, 10 cents, whatever the number is. They're charging less than me, but then they're charging like $400 or $500, or you have to buy their machines at a 75% premium. So run all the numbers, BC, because a lot of those companies are, they might not be gouging you or making their money on the electrical. They're making their money elsewhere, promise. So good to hear, New England. Joker, what's Caspa? Oh God, stir the pot. Stir the pot, Joker. Yes, yeah, BC, just keep that in mind. So what's I don't know what else is going on. No BTC miners announced. The L9 looks good. I know some people didn't like it, but I don't know. It was a pretty decent chunk. I don't know if any third party has any pricing on it yet. Bitmain always does their thing where they show it for you cheap, and then you end up paying an arm and a leg for like taxes and what else? Crap. Can't think today. Getting it shipped from overseas. Tariffs. That's what I was trying to think. Yeah, no, to my knowledge, BC, no, we don't have a price yet. That's what I was just mentioning. I don't know. Bitmain's gonna come out with some cheaper price, but that's not gonna be the end result. So, they're doing their $2,000 coupon. So I guess my guess is 10,000 would be like the retail price from any of the reputable dealers. Somewhere around 10,000, maybe 11. So I think, nope, all good, BC, all good. I know there's a little bit of delay here. Oh. So yeah, I don't know what else to talk about. There's not much else going on. No bigger lithium. Bitcoin's doing fine. Not great, but not bad. It's doing fine. So that's pretty cool. So yeah. What do you guys got questions on? I'm still doing pool comparisons on different pools. Getting some surprising results. Actually, I should mention this. So in my shed, it's fully loaded, 200 amps. I have 14 ASICs in there. And we had a hot day yesterday. Yesterday was almost 90 degrees here. So I noticed 3 days ago, I was in the shed messing with, I was doing some testing for some firmware on a J Pro, S19 J Pro. And I noticed that my voltage in the shed was at 230 or 231. And because I have some of those jock meters, I have some of the meter boxes. I also have some PDUs that have the voltage and stuff on it. So, I'm always keeping an eye on that kind of stuff, see what amps are and see what everything's at. And normally my shed runs right at 237, 238, 240, kind of depending on the time of the day, no problem. But I noticed 3 days ago that the voltage in the shed was actually at 230, 231. And so then it skyrocketed my amps. And so the way I've been doing my shed is I've been pushing everything a little hard. The plan is to have everything around 25 to 26 amps, when it's nice out. So then when it gets hot, it's pulling like 27, 28. Okay, not advice. Don't do that, but that's what I am doing. And being able to push it just because I know, my business partner is the one who installed electrical, and it's pretty good. It's new and all that kind of stuff. So that was a plan. Yesterday, it was hot. I went in there. When I got home, I was going to open the door up because I was going to hang out at home so I could, give it some more air. It was at 229 volts, and I was pulling 29 amps on all of my breakers. The 30 amp breakers, I'm pulling 29. So that is not something you want to do long term. So I'm trying to figure out why the voltage dropped here in the past week. And so I'm actually having the transformer out front being checked to see if it's at the transformer level. I have not checked my house. I don't have a way to test it to see if my house is pulling less, because then that would mean it's a transformer, because my house is on a different service than the shed. But I have not changed anything in the shed other than, yes, I've been messing with some different firmware and stuff on one ASIC, but otherwise I haven't changed anything. So that's something you guys got to keep in mind, and that's something we plan to do here too, where you keep an eye on that kind of stuff, because just dropping from 240 to 230, it kicked my amps up 1 to 2 amps per breaker. You're not technically drawing any more power, but you're using more amperage, and that's when stuff starts to burning up. And so our plan here, let me turn around here. A lot, we'll have my business partner being an electrician. He's got, I don't know if it's infrared or what, but he can actually see how hot the wires are getting inside the conduit. We can keep an eye on the transformer, make sure everything's good in there and the voltage. So we're going to do that kind of stuff because us pulling 277 here, we don't want to be pulling like 282, 283 or 285. That's pulling too much. So we want to be at that, be at the low, be at 277 or as close to it as we can. So we're going to keep an eye on that. But yeah, it's something we're gonna actively keep an eye on because, my partner's an electrician. He's gonna show me how to do that basic stuff. We'll keep an eye on that kind of stuff here to make sure nothing weird goes on because we're pulling so much power. When they change stuff at the substation, that changes me. Even though I haven't done anything, I haven't changed anything, everything here is perfectly fine. Just because they change something at the substation, that will actually, change stuff here for our service. And for normal people, that doesn't make a difference whatsoever. But for us being kind of on the edge, using a ton of it, that's something we have to keep in mind. So yeah, that's something I ran into. I don't know if anyone else has ran into it, but I'm still kind of figuring out exactly what caused it or what I can do. But I had to turned all my ASICs down a little bit so they're not pumping as hard as they need to. Today's a little cooler. I think the rest of the week was being a little cooler, and then it's going to warm up again. But yeah, it was something to keep an eye on. So New England got my updated KSM, KS5M, and KS5L pricing last night. Awesome. Yep. New England Crypto, sells ASICs. So if that's something, you can send him a message. So many ASICs are different size. Do you have any size requirements from BC? Well, yes and no. I don't think they're as different as you think. BC, the main requirements I'm going to have is, can it run 277 out of the box? All of the Bitmains, excuse me, all Bitmain, it says 240 on it, but it can run 277 out of the box, okay? And the reason we know this is from Carter, with Carter Bitsby Trippin', okay? He runs all Bitmain, K-Pros, J-Pros, I think he has S19As, and he actually uses the stock PSU on them, and he runs 277 no problem. So and he actually has that at multiple farms of his. So that's gonna be the main thing. Cannons can do 277 out of the box. I know AlphaPex can. I had that checked out. All the S21s, all the new Bitmains can. So that's the biggest requirement. But most ASICs, it'll fit in this window. They're not much bigger or at all bigger than this. So I have some room to play. I got like 2 inches to play for these 4 ASICs on this one shelf. I got 2 inches to play in between. And then I have, as you can see there, I got a little bit of space, not a full inch, but maybe half an inch to play up above the ASIC, so it's a little taller than the Bitmains. So that's the main requirement is the 277. And that will just come down to BC, where just tell me what you're thinking and message me, and I'll look up the specs. I'll look up if I can't find good specs to look up. I have some contacts with different vendors. I can actually have them tell me yes or no. But yeah, so let me know. That's just one of those where you just send me an email and we talk through it. Allie, what will you choose? Faster payback ASIC period or more efficient ASIC? So it's kind of a loaded question because either side can be right, but we won't know if either side's right until like 2 years from now. I read something the other day, and this might change your thought process too. So right now it's, I can't remember how many zeros, but let's just say it's 58. It's like 5.8 cents per terahash is your revenue a day. Okay, it's like 5.8, 5.6, something. It's like that, 5.8, 5.6 cents per terahash, which so like 100 terahash making $5.80. Okay, so 5.8. The average not this past halving in April, but the halving before till April, so that whole 4-year period, the average revenue per terahash was $1.80 per terahash. Okay, so if it's actually no, if it's 56 now, it was 180, so it's 2.5 times. Okay, actually, I'm sorry, 3.5 times the average revenue. Okay, so it'd be 18 cents, not $1.80. It'd be 18 cents instead of 5.6 cents. Okay, so with those numbers in mind, if you buy an ASIC now, is efficiency gonna matter when that revenue jumps 2x, 3x, when the bull market starts. In general, no, you don't care what the power rate is. You plug it in at 10 cents, 12 cents, 15 cents because you're making money still. So that is something to keep in mind. That 4-year period, that was the average. Even if that comes down a little bit to like 12, 13, 14 cents per terahash, that's 2.5 times what it is right now. So right now, a K Pro is slightly ahead. It's slightly profitable at 10 cents. Okay, a K Pro. This is a J Pro, but a K Pro is slightly ahead. Okay, and that's stock, without any lowering the wattage or anything. So when that doubles or 2.5 times, if not more, you're not going to care. You're going to run that thing as full blast as much as you can. So which one would you rather have? More efficient or faster payback? I think you want to go more 50-50, where you're not choosing one or the other. I think, I wouldn't get anything worse than a K Pro going forward. So yeah, you're not making money today, but you're not losing. But it's also a little more hash rate, and the third-party software, Lux OS, Brains, Marathon firmware, you can overclock them a little bit. So then you get 130 terahash, 135 terahash. You're not burning anything up too bad. So that's kind of where I would be. I think that's the middle of the road. I know it's a long, convoluted answer there, but I wouldn't get anything worse than a K Pro. And getting S21s, I don't think is a bad move either, because there's so much more hash rate, and you'll want more hash rate when the time comes. Does that make sense? So yeah, sorry, Ali, that was a long, convoluted answer, but there's a lot of information there that's useful that I didn't know, a couple weeks ago. So, Patrick, I believe a bull market's on its way. Know that what word doesn't exist during the bull market? Efficiency. Yeah, like I said, it's when the revenue, if it's 5.8 right now and it doubles to 10 cents a terahash of revenue, and one of these is making $10, before power, you're very profitable at 10 cents, 12 cents kilowatt hour when that thing's making $10, if not more, $12. So yeah, I'd keep that in mind. This is a 3-year plan. It's a 4-year plan. You're going to buy a brand new ASIC. You're not going to throw it away in a year. This is a J Pro. I bought this used a 1.5 years ago. I bought it used. So this model is like 3 or 4 years old. It still runs. I have 2 of them running in my shed right now. So, you're buying an ASIC not to try to make its money back and be done with it in a year. You're trying to run it for 3 or 4 years and make as much as you can off of it with only the upfront cost. So, yeah, you don't want to buy J Pros probably right now. They're 4 years old. But you also don't want to buy the brand new, most expensive ones, because those are usually price per terahash is way higher. So you kind of, K Pro is kind of in the middle ground. I'd get at least that, or you find good deals on S21s. So, hi, Mad Scientist, how you doing? Spread positivity. Hi, I just joined. What's the conversation? The conversation right now. Question: do you buy the fastest payback period for ASICs, or do you buy the most efficient ASIC? Which one would you choose? So I was going over some numbers that efficiency right now matters, but during the bull market, efficiency doesn't matter anymore. So, and you're going to have this for 3 to 4 years. So efficiency isn't as big of a deal when everything is going crazy, when the bull market starts. So it's an answer that there's no perfect answer. So what's the conversation about? Our conversation was, which ASIC and why, and what should you buy and stuff. There's not a perfect answer. So I can't tell you exactly what you should or shouldn't do. I just giving you more information. And the main thing was right now the profitability is 5.6 cents per terahash for Bitcoin miners. but the average, not this halving, but the halving before, so that from that halving in 2020 to the halving in April of this year, 2024, throughout that entire period, the average revenue per terahash was 18 cents per terahash, the average. So, if this time it's a little bit less, if it's 13 cents or 14, but right now it's at 5.8 cents, the average is going to be double what it is now. So these things are making quite a bit of money at 10 cents, 12 cents a kilowatt hour price. So that was the main conversation. But those are the main numbers that matter. It's a 3-year plan. You got to average out the 3 years, not to average out the last 3 weeks. So otherwise, positive spread positivity. I don't know if I've seen your name here, but no, I'm building a ASIC hosting container. So if you wanted to get into hosting or wanted to get into ASICs and get them hosted for you because you don't have the power set up or the sound or whatever the case may be, or the cooling, that's what I'm setting up here. So that's what we're talking about. So I don't know how new you are to this. That was a good question, Allie. It's a tough answer, but it was a good question where it's a lot of thinking there. But it's, if you believe in Bitcoin or you believe in mining in general, buying a good newer unit, plugging it in somewhere for 3 or 4 years, you're gonna end up being okay. That's what we've seen. We haven't had any issues, especially with how cheap ASICs are right now. There hasn't been any, other than when buying them at the top of the bull market when they were like 10 grand for an ASIC. If you bought them any other time, you made out just fine. So sorry about the trains. If you guys have been in my lives, they're always going by. So I'm gonna flip around here. Anything else, guys? Any other questions? What else is on people's minds? I probably should go over, I went over it earlier in the live, but I'll go over it again. I shared a picture on Twitter and on my YouTube channel, showing a bunch of heavy duty wire that got delivered. And as you probably just saw, because I had it flipped around, we had all the wire pulled yesterday. So it showed up yesterday, and we were like, oh, let's pull some wire. So we actually pulled wire all the way through the conduit, and we have it hidden over there. But tonight we're actually gonna come back at 5 o'clock, shut off the transformer. We have an electric company shut off the transformer for us, and then we're actually gonna go into, because the electric company, that's their transformer. We don't have to buy one. So they're gonna shut that off. We're gonna go into the switch panel and actually plug in all these wires and get it hooked up into the breakers, get it hooked up into the building so everything's good, then shut stuff off and start working on this end. So that's our plan for tonight. And so we got a lot done here in the last 24, 36 hours. We're gonna get a lot done. And so once that's all plugged in, hooked up, then we can start running wires for the PDUs. And so that wire for the PDU is actually this big roll back here that also got delivered yesterday. So that is gonna run from those disconnects. So you're gonna plug into each PDU. So we're gonna have 13 PDUs, and we're gonna have 390 ASIC miners hooked up here. Yeah, Patrick, you helped out greatly. Yep. Keep telling yourself that. But yeah, so that's the plan. So that was kind of the big thing with the live, is to talk about all that. And yeah, that's what we got. Pat self on the back. Yes, very much so, Patrick. Very much so, Patrick. Patrick, can you share my email address? contact@iowamining.io. So guys, if you're looking to our tentative, or not tentative, but more solid turn on date is July 8th. And I went into why earlier. I'm gonna have a video coming out tomorrow kind of explain the why. But if you're interested in hosting, getting your ASICs hosted, I will be turning on here. We'll have plenty of power. It is a 15-minute drive from my house, so I'll be able to get here every day, keep an eye on stuff, and keep you aware of what's going on and keep you running. We will be turned on July 8th. It's 10 cents a kilowatt hour. It's a one-time $50 setup fee. So per ASIC, $50. That's if you have it with me for a year or 3 years. It's a one-time fee. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward, pretty easy. I've tried to keep the extra fees to a minimum. Joker. So yeah, if you're interested, just send me an email. Say, hey, I'm thinking about this. I have this much to invest. I will walk you through. I have spreadsheets on different ASICs. I have spreadsheets on profitability. I have spreadsheets on a pool to use and all that kind of stuff. I have been keeping a lot of that information out, which I've shared in past videos and stuff. But email me and we'll chat it out. I know I had someone email me this morning. I was looking to host. I got about 70 plus ASIC spots kind of spoken for. A lot of it local people, a lot of it's online people, kind of 50-50. So, we're filling up, but we're not filled yet. So yeah, just send me an email and we'll kind of walk through that. Patrick, you need to quit the GTA. You need to come join us at night like you used to. Me and Panda actually played Counter-Strike the other day. He had like 4 kills. 6 kills. He had 6 kills. I had to carry him again. So. But yeah, I got been on for 46 minutes here. Anyone else have any questions? Anything else that's on their mind? Any questions on the ASICs? Question on the containers? Question on power? Yeah, typical. Yeah. Carrying him is what I do in that game. Sometimes you too. I have to carry you too, Patrick. It gets frustrating. I can't do that anymore. I get too frustrated. I got to do everything. Anything else, guys? Might just call it. You guys aren't very talkative today. Everyone's actually got me turned down, but they're all working. 28 people here, but it's only Patrick just spamming the chat. Everyone else is a little quiet. So I've been all about that gang life. I know. You and GTA. I couldn't get into that. Oh, Panda, I'm listening, just cooking and cleaning. Panda, I sent you a picture of me doing the exact same thing on the weekend, and you never responded, just so we're on the same page. I had you in the living room while I was doing other stuff. Always streaming to my personal time. Well, I'm glad, Panda. Panda's a good wife. I think me and Panda's lives are the same. We do a lot of the wifey work, as some people would categorize it as. 11K to remove 12 trees. Honestly, I don't think that's that bad of a price. I really don't. Is it completely remove? I don't think that's that bad of a price. Why the hell do you want to remove the 12 trees though? Yep, Sadie. Yep. Working and listening. Yeah, Panda, I don't think that price is bad. Buy 11, get the 12th tree free. Yeah, I think they're thinking they're going to get money out of the logs for that price. I think that's pretty cheap, actually. You're going to put a pool in? Is that the plan? Cutting all those trees out so you can put a pool in for the little one? Oh, keep logs on property. You know what I want to see, Panda? So you get all these logs, you get the trees cut down. You only have a couple of trees left. I want to see a kid's treehouse. I want you to build your son a treehouse. That would be funny. I know you're not very handy. I think that would be... Well, actually, to be honest, you're more handy than you think. But it would still be funny for you to try to build a treehouse. I think that'd be cool. Buy and move to a... Yeah, that'd be a big pain, Panda. Maybe just have them pay, charge you less and they keep it. I don't know. Hi, Max. How you doing? You on lunch break? And Vlok, VLOK, hello from Brazil. How you doing down there? That'd be a cool country to visit if I didn't have kids. Have more fun down there. What is it? Sao Paulo is the #1 nightlife town or something like that. I saw. That'd be fun. Yeah, I know, Panda. You want the most money. I get it, but you also want to actually, not be stressed. There's a line there. You gotta draw. I know you. You want to get the most money out of it. Then you have to try to find someone. Then you have to schedule that. Then you have to do all that kind of stuff. I know you. You have GPU sitting on the ground. You get money sitting there. You get behind. I get it. Crypto KJ, you're listening. Good. That means you're not banning people. No, I'm joking. That was whose stream was that? Was that Hobbyist? I don't know whose stream that was. You were just banning people. It was pretty funny. I need this number. We're going to GPUs. I know. I'm glad you came and visited though, Panda. Thank you for joining the stream and hi. No wrench. No, I don't want you banning people. I don't have enough people in here for you to start banning everyone, Crypto KJ. If I only have 20 people and you ban 5 of them, that's a big jump, a big drop in viewership. Come on. Plus, that's what I have Patrick here for. Patrick is my ban hammer. So yeah, only ban bots and RPM. I know. Oh God. So, 52 minutes, guys. Anyone have a question or two here? And I'll get going. My little one's, he's being a little trooper, hanging out. He doesn't want to be on camera, so he's hiding. But he's hiding in the shade. But get him some lunch. So, anyone got any questions? Panda, you got any questions on anything? Which Caspa miner you should be buying? Is Caspa going crazy again today? I know last night was 18 cents or whatever last night. Is it going crazy again today? I don't even know. Okay. Well, Caspa's 18 cents right now. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty healthy. I'm not buying anything. Honestly, Panda, I think that was a pretty good quote. I really do. So, plus if they remove the stumps and stuff, that's a lot. So, it's a lot of work. 12 of them, big trees, for 11 grand. I think that's pretty good. Have you had any major regrets since this journey? No, I haven't. My business partner has. It's a lot of work on his end, and all of his work's up front. That's what I kind of explained to him. Kind of once it's up and going, that's where I come in, where I'm working on, the bookkeeping. I'm working on, keeping everyone updated, changing pools, keeping ASICs running, cleaning them out, all that kind of stuff is on me every day going forward after we're turned on, where all of his work's up here up front. So he's stressed out. From a design standpoint, it's actually come together really well, where we found the correct shelving. So let me flip around here. So the shelving we found was perfect. The power and everything we found was really good. We've actually had some pretty good luck with that. Putting the office back in the corner, that was good. A lot of the little stuff ended up being pretty good. Finding this grate for instead of putting rebar, my original plan was to put rebar. Finding that was good. There's been a lot of pluses where stuff has actually just barely worked out, but worked out just fine. And so we haven't had to tear up anything that we already did and redo it. We haven't had to do any of that yet. We did have a scare yesterday, and this is on my business. It was on my business partner's, because he's an electrician. So he actually, when he opened up that switch panel, I'm not the electrician here, but I think where you ground it, I know where the green and gray wires, where they have to land in the switch panel, it's actually not the right switch panel, which he was originally thought. He actually had to land some of them in the left switch panel where the main breaker is. And so it's gonna be a very, very tight fit. It should work, but he actually he might have been, he thought he was a couple feet short because he had to go another panel that he wasn't planning on. So he has a way around it, a little extra work, but he found that out the other day, so he was a little upset with himself because that was something he looked at that he just didn't double check that double check it a second, third, fourth time to make sure he was right the first time. So otherwise, no regrets. No, I'm very, very excited to get this going. We'll see in a year if I'm still excited, but I think in a year we'll be very happy. From a business standpoint and from a, getting it done standpoint, it'll be worth it a year from now. So it's just trying to get to that point. How you doing, Golden Wolf? What do you mean, is this guy live? Hoods to Boogie, Bitcoin payments in Bitcoin. That was something we chatted. We're gonna accept crypto, but only USDT. At least at first, for the first 6 months or a year, because to be honest, we got bills to pay and can't pay the bills in crypto. So it'll be USDT only for crypto at first, but we're gonna have credit card, ACH, have all that set up. So it'll be pretty simple to do all that too with the program I have set up and plan on using. It'll be really easy to pay with that kind of stuff. But for crypto wise, it'll only be USDT up front. Patrick, that kind of answers your question. Can you accept payments via crypto? Yes, USDT. So yeah. Okay, well, 57 minutes here. So I'm going to go. I know Hobbyist was thinking about going live later. I know he's been working on that shed, so I'm not 100% sure when he's going to go live, if at all. So check him out. Otherwise, maybe Panda gets done cleaning the kitchen. And he might go live. I'm not sure. But I appreciate every one of you guys for showing up. Hit the like on the way out, please. That'll help. But otherwise, you guys, if you have questions on the hosting, email me, contact@iowamining.io, and I will answer whatever questions. I don't care if you're brand new to this or you're a seasoned vet. I can help you. So I have a lot of clients that they don't even know what an ASIC is. They just want Bitcoin. So I'm gonna help them through it. So it doesn't matter what your level is. I can help you. I can tell you what pools to be on, what miners to buy. We can look at that kind of stuff. It doesn't matter. Your knowledge level does not matter. So email me. We'll talk more. Offshore miner. Thank you for checking us out. Thanks, Sadie, for joining Panda, Crypto KJ. I know Joker was here, but he left me for poker. Who else was here? I'm going back. Max said hi. And of course, Patrick. Thank you for doing wrench duty. I appreciate it. So thank you guys. Thank you everyone for showing up. You guys all have a good day.